Alan and I are at race control at Silverstone, and we've come to see Meteo France just to find out how important it is for the drivers, the teams and the championship to have this information.
Well, Louise, it's not just whether it rains or not, but it's also things like temperature, because the tyres work at the track temperature as opposed to the air temperature. And this morning it was only 8 degrees Celsius, really bitterly cold, and to try to make sure you get the right tyre choice. But obviously there's a lot of other factors, what the weather's going to do in a 6-hour race. It could quite easily rain, and we've been here at Silverstone when it's rained on one side of the circuit and been dry on the other side of the circuit. And from the strategy perspective, that's very important for the teams to get that information, and also for race control to know what they're going to have to expect and deal with coming up.
We saw in free practice that the crosswinds were really affecting the balance of the cars.
Yeah, they were, and that's the thing, is that this is a big open air field, and so therefore you do get a lot of crosswinds coming through and the changeable winds. The interesting thing though is that there's been a lot of buildings that have grown up over the years, and when you're driving the car and you're coming up, for example, into Copse Corner at the far end of the circuit, it's all nice and stable, and then as soon as you turn in and the wind hits you from when you come behind the building, the old pits building, boom, it can really push you off the circuit. And so you've got to be aware of that. That's one thing, the British guys have got local knowledge, and it is a little bit of an advantage, but we need to know that, and we need to know and predict what's going on. That's where Meteo France are very important for us, to be able to understand what we will need to do as opposed to just reaction. Yesterday the wind direction was generally it was coming in this direction, and so what happened, if we take some key points, the Beckett's complex where we were yesterday, when you're coming in, if the wind is pushing the car out, then the front just doesn't dig in and it won't turn into the corner. Then on the next left-hander, the wind is actually pushing the front into the corner, and the rear was very unstable. We saw the Fords in GTE struggling with the rear stability.
So Paul, the big question is, what's the forecast for tomorrow? Are we going to have snow again?
I promise no snow for tomorrow, but the cloud cover will increase and we will have some low clouds from the morning and an increasing chance of rain for the race.
So no wind or less wind, but we could have rain.
Yep, we could have rain. That's one of the big factors around here. Remember I said at the beginning, possible rain on one side of the circuit, not on the other. That's something that this gentleman will be able to help the teams with. However, it's Easter. So therefore, a little present from the United Kingdom for Easter Sunday. So please enjoy it and bring some warm weather next year, please. Yeah.